We've met the Khmer, and we're going to slam the door in their face. Well met, stranger, but I'm afraid we're too busy to stay and chat. Bye! Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave from the Wee Hours. Welcome to the Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Antisocial Challenge. What is the Antisocial Challenge? Broadly, we will adopt a 100% isolationist policy with the rest of the world. Our civilization will develop on its own without any interference from any other civilizations or city-states. We will refuse all delegates, all embassies, all trade deals, friendships, alliances, envoys. Anything that anyone else asks us to do, we will slam the door in their faces. Now, obviously, it's a little bit more complex than that, but let's get a game going and we'll discuss more of the rule set as we go along. And here's the game options I'm going with. Map of continents, map size, however, of huge. That has nothing to do with the challenge, just the way I like to play Civilization 6. I like a big, big world. Now, to account for the huge map size, I've shaved down the number of city-states to 14 instead of 18, and I've shaved down the number of AI players to 7. I think that's a little more fair and balanced. We don't need 100 different civilizations on the map. Game difficulty. Now, this is where your fingers are at the keyboards, ready to write into the comments section. I'm setting it at King. I actually had an impetus to do this at a higher difficulty level, and I gave it a brief test drive at that level. Here's my problem. It's not so much the game difficulty or the other civilizations, it's the barbarian issue. In my dream world in Civilization 6, right now, barbarians are yes barbarians or no barbarians. I would love it if there was a slider to say some barbarians, but not all the barbarians in the world. And that was what I ran into doing a test drive, is just the initial part of the game is just constantly fending off barbarian attacks. And frankly, that's just annoying. It's not so much that I don't want the challenge, it's just annoying. I would like to be able to play the game without just it being a constant set of barbarians coming in, fighting them back. They come in, we fight them back. So that's why we're doing that at King. That was a long-winded way of getting to a point, that is why the difficulty setting is left at King instead of Deity or anything like that. Now, who am I going to be? I actually put a tiny bit of thought into this, which is unusual for me. I usually just jump into things and figure the rest out later. And my thought was Alexander. For one key reason, no war weariness. Now, we are going to be slamming the door in the faces of every other civilization on the map. And that's going to cause some conflict. People aren't going to like that. I have not test-driven this challenge long enough to get into a war, but I have a feeling that wars are going to be inevitable. I think conflict is going to happen. Now, here's the thing with the isolationist policy, with the antisocial challenge. Another thing we cannot accept are peace treaties. So if we get into a war, we cannot accept a peace treaty. We cannot offer peace, and we cannot accept peace. So if we get into a war, it's going to be a long war. So to that end, I thought Alexander would be a good choice for the complete lack of war weariness. I think if we're going to get into a war, it's going to last a while, and we don't need our cities crumbling because we're infected with war weariness. So I am going with Alexander for this. I think that will be a solid choice. Everything else is on standard. All victory conditions apply, and I'll leave the other leaders as random. Let's jump into the Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Antisocial Challenge. And here we are. We've been dropped off in the middle of a rainforest, apparently. Not a lot of luxuries around. Really only got this sugar down here. But I do like the defensive value of this little ring of mountains. That would really force anyone who's trying to attack me into some very, very decent choke points. Let me just send my my warrior, just be a temporary scout for right now. And what I definitely want to do is take this settler on the other side of the river just to get a good central location here. So other things, while I am just sort of playing temporary scout with my warrior, about the antisocial challenge, because I'm sure, let me hold that thought for 1 second, am I basically liking where I am right now? I wish we had some more luxuries around here, or indeed anything else. But I love the rainforest. I love the mountains. That's going to equal some good science down the road. Yeah, let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can do. I don't generally mess around reloading and trying to get better spots over and over again. I'm going to continue to have my warrior play temporary scout right now. Research. Well, what's going to be handy? We'll want to get that sugar right off the bat, so let's get going towards some irrigation. That is what that requires, right? Yes, irrigation. So pottery first, off you go. So other things with the antisocial challenge, and let's have you build another warrior just to get some extra protection in the city. There will be, and I'm sure the comments section is already lit up, there will be unavoidable instances of contact with other civilizations. We cannot stop ourselves from accidentally bumping into another civilization. We cannot stop ourselves from accidentally bumping into city-states and, in being the first civilization to meet them, getting an envoy. However, given that the mechanic is in place that I can't do anything about, we're just going to have to learn to live with that. On the subject of city-states, for future envoys, we don't have to place any. We can accumulate all the envoys we want. We will just refuse to place them. And right here is another good point on the antisocial challenge, which is tribal villages. I put a lot of thought into what do we do with tribal villages, because it is, in a sort of lore perspective, I guess, it's a village. There are, ostensibly people living there. However, tribal villages, there is no real contact per se. There isn't somebody popping up on my screen going, hey, would you like to share our research or our faith or anything along those lines, or just grab a free scout for no readily apparent reason? There is no bonuses to gaining, an envoy like you would with a city-state. My ultimate decision is that tribal villages are effectively an exploitable resource. So it's not people, it's a thing. So I did decide on my own, without consulting with anyone, that tribal villages are okay. We can go stamp on them and get a thing out of it. So we are going to do that. So let's go ahead and take advantage of, again, what I consider to be an exploitable resource of this tribal village. And yes, I know we did a thing that gave us an era score. Thank you, advisor. Era scores are going to be a little tougher to come by under this rule set, because so many of the things you do have to do with other civilizations, human contact, which is what the entire game is about. And this looks like a really good spot up there while I'm talking. We got some rice, we've got some silk, we've got some deer, and it looks like we're going to be on the coast. I don't hate that spot at all. Now, playing Civ 6, I tend to be a very aggressive expansionist, and I tend to get a lot of cities spread out really quickly and occupy a big chunk of the map. Wow, I love this area up here. I'm really fond of this area. I feel, under this rule set, a more enclosed, tightly knit civilization is going to be more appropriate. So I do like the look of up here for our second city, but we may not go... I want to keep everything tightly packed, is what I'm saying here. I don't want to be too spread out, because, again, like I was saying earlier, I feel conflict is largely inevitable. I love this spot. We are shooting a settler right up here as soon as we can. Tea, rice, silk, deer, right on a river, right on the coast. That's going to give us a lot of opportunities later, so we will definitely be taking advantage of this. Oh, and even more stuff over here. Diamonds, more rice. Yeah, if we pop someone right on this river, that's going to be nice. I think that's going to be a good city, a strong city there. Yeah, let's... how close are you getting this warrior done? 4 turns. All right, I'm going to start to bring... I was going to say I was going to start to bring the other warrior back, but I think he can really park himself right up here and just wait for a settler. Ah, a city-state. So this brings us to a part of the rule set. Now, I'm going to assume from these notifications over here, yes, I am the first major civilization to meet the Mohenjo-Daro city-state. I've earned 1 envoy. It's a game mechanic. I can't do anything about that. It's a game mechanic that I can't turn off. So we have accidentally accumulated an envoy. However, for any future envoys, there is no obligation to place them anywhere. We can just sit on them forever and be our little isolationist civilization. So let's start bringing the warriors back. Now that we know that that city-state is up there, that's going to be about the limit of how far we'll go up north. And we'll park you, where was I saying? Right here. Looks like a super good spot. I love the look of that. We are going to rocket a settler up there if we can and grab that for ourselves. Okay, pottery is done, as is code of laws. All right, let's get some policies going on here. Let's have a government of sorts in our chiefdom. +5 unit combat strength when fighting barbarians. That's just kind of a given. And I almost always go for God King, and I'm not seeing a reason to not go for it now. +1 faith and +1 gold. I do want to be working towards a religion. I'm not going to be actively trying to work towards it. No, sorry, I do want to confirm those. Thank you very much, Civilization 6. Yes, it is set. I'm not going to be going down any sort of religious route, but I do like to have a religion for the sole purpose of quietly ticking away faith points so we can buy great people later. Yes, please give me irrigation. Especially after my last Civilization 6 run where we did the entire game without having irrigation. I just want irrigation because I want irrigation. Yes, let's go to foreign trade. I know that sounds counterproductive. Foreign trade. We will not be having any trade routes with any other civilizations, but that doesn't mean we can't have trade routes within our own borders. We can certainly send trade routes to our own cities. Ultimately, it will be a lot less gold, but we can certainly have trade routes, just not to anyone else. And I want you to be slamming out a settler really, really quickly. Warrior, you can just fortify right inside the city, please. I want to grab that spot up there. Yes, you, warrior. Also for... Actually, be on alert, please. Let me know if anything pops up over there that I need to know about. Like, for instance, that barbarian scout. That's a good thing that we should know about. Go ahead and stomp on his head if you could, please. Well, that was 50% effective stomping. Good job. And hopefully we're not going to have to chase this guy all over the map. Let's just get him done with, please. Oh, he's out? All right, you know what? Go away then. Stay there. Fortify until healed. You took a little bit of a knock there. Nothing you can't recover from. Yeah, let him go. He's a scout. I don't... Oh, he's back. He's back. Super. Guys, can you maybe get on him, please? Can you do anything with him? Probably not, because you're going to have to go through the woods. Just see if you can stomp on him and his dog. Nah, he's decided to take off again, so you know what? That's fine. Just keep sitting right there. If he pops up, murder him. If not, just let him go. Now, if there's a scout here, that means there's a camp around here somewhere. Yeah, you just be on alert. Let me know if the scout comes back. That means there's a barbarian camp around here somewhere. And I'm already fine with my decision to go with King difficulty, because on deity level, this would have just been a constant stream of barbarian attacks, and it's not fun. That's not a fun way to play the game for me. That's not what Civilization 6 is all about, just constantly fighting back barbarians. That's tedious and time-consuming and not enjoyable, and that's why we're going with King difficulty. You don't chase him into the woods. Let him come to you. No, okay, well, I should have told you not to do that in a more affirmative manner. Did I see 2 scouts up there? Did I actually see 2 scouts just flicker in and out of existence? Why don't you guys... There's the guy we've been beating on. And you guys, I thought I saw a second one in here. All right, well, you know what? While we're here, see if we can hem this guy in and, well, murder him. Nope, he's gonna leave again. That's fine. Everybody pull back. Pull back. I don't want to get preoccupied with the scout. I want to make sure that we get our new location up and running quickly. All right, we figured out foreign trade, which is nice. And what would be the next best move? Gonna go down mysticism. Maybe see if we can snag Oracle. I would not be opposed to that. We're going to need all the great people we can get. And our settler is up and running. So let me just review my little area up here. Kind of want to put him on the woods. That still gets us that rice over there. It still gets us the silk. Puts us a little closer to that city-state. But if I put him where the warriors are standing, we're going to start bumping into our own cities. Although... we do want this to be tightly knit. Yeah, you know what? We'll send the settler right where the warriors are standing. How about you get a... How's your housing? Your housing's fine right now. I was going to give you a granary, but you can wait on that. Get a slinger going. Let's get some extra defense. And you can fortify right there. And the settler can come up and hang out with you and form a new city. The only thing that would put a kink in that works is if that scout or other barbarians turn up. You can fortify right there. Yeah, you just stay in the city. Pella's growing nicely, actually. Already expanded into some more of the rainforest. This is good. I kind of thought this might be one of our more dead cities, but we're growing rather nicely there. I have good anticipatory thoughts about this second city. I think that's going to be a very, very strong city. And then we'll get a scout going and see where city number 3 may want to live. Although, thank you, irrigation. Oh my god. After the Race to the Future challenge, I'm just thrilled to have irrigation. I can water plants. Now, what's a solid choice? Animal husbandry. We do have some deer we're going to get a hold of soon. But let's just go down mining, because it's fairly quick and it's a solid tech. You know, we're always going to need mining. There will never be a point where we don't need to be mining something. And the settlers should be turning up momentarily. There we go. Let me just look at this one more time. We'll get the rice. We'll get the tea, diamonds, more rice, silk. We should get that deer, some tea over there. I don't actually know that we're going to get that, but long story short, oh, there's even some bananas over here. Yeah, I'm solid on this. Let's get another city going. You can make a suggestion, advisor, but I'm going to broadly ignore it, and we'll talk about, yeah, we'll have a governor. Don't worry, we'll have a governor. And we got some era score. Good. I have a feeling era scores will probably be an issue. I could definitely see us being in a dark age on more than one occasion. So you've got one warrior in there. That's good. Why don't you get a slinger started? And we'll see what we want to do with that. I do want to make sure we're reasonably well protected. I'd like to see some military in each city. Slinger comes up in Pella. Why don't you hang out over here and just let me know. Be on alert. Send me a note if something pops up and tries to murder you. And now you guys can slam out a scout very, very quickly. Very quickly. So get that done. Nothing wrong with scouting under this rule set, by the way. No reason we can't be scouting things. We can look at things. We just can't really do anything with any other civilizations or city-states. And as the issues come up, especially when we actually meet another civilization, which we haven't yet, we'll discuss more of the isolationist policy and how that's going to work. Yeah, you guys just blaze through that scout. Now what could you be doing with your time? So you still don't really need a granary, although you don't have much else to be doing right now. Not a whole lot for you to be doing. Why don't you build a trader? We'll send a trader up to our only other city. And you, scouty scout guy, come down here and start working your way through these mountains. We'll see what's on the other side of those mountains. All right, mining done. Solid. Good solid tech there. Let's get something that's actually going to get us some districts in here. And I'm going to start with astrology or writing. Astrology or writing. I actually want bronze working as well, but that's going to take a long time. Let's get astrology going. I just want to get enough faith in to get a religion. I don't care about religion. I'm not looking for a religious victory. Speaking of religion, we have researched mysticism, which is fantastic. I just want enough faith ticking quietly along throughout the course of the game that in the mid to later part of the game we can start snagging some great people quickly out from the noses of other civilizations. Craftsmanship is solid. Let's go along that line. We're going to need it at some point anyway. Here we go. So we have earned an envoy. We have no obligation to place this envoy. This is the antisocial challenge. I have an envoy. No thank you. I choose not to place that envoy in that city-state. And, oh, hi! Hi! Welcome! Oh, we found the Khmer. This will be another aspect of the isolationist policy. Love your necklace, by the way. That is fantastic. You are a well-put-together man. So, we've met the Khmer, and we're going to slam the door in their face. Well met, stranger, but I'm afraid we're too busy to stay and chat. Bye! Well, we technically met another civilization, so our knowledge of writing is boosted, which is great. But no, we're going to slam the door in the face of every other civilization. And as a side note, if there's an opportunity to be rude to people, we will take it. We will exercise that right. All right, early empire has advanced considerably. Barbarians here. What's going on over here? Pella needs amenities. We'll work on that. Pella needs housing. We'll work on that. Civic boost, barbarians, etc., etc., etc. Okay, we can cope with all of that. This is that same scout that's been kind of sniffing around our territory for a while, but he's gone now, and that boosts our knowledge of archery. Nicely done. Nicely done. Oh, this looks pretty good. Now, here's where the Khmer are hanging out. But we've got 2 resources of mercury down here. How... Oh, wow, they're really penning this area in. Interesting. They're over here and over here. Yeah, they've got some tight borders in here. Wouldn't mind getting some more gold going to start locking them out. That's where these mountains will really come in handy. But they are really tightly packed down there. They're kind of doing the same thing I am. All right, well, Scout, why don't you go up here and see if you can kind of flesh out their border here, because another thing we won't have is open borders. We will be refusing that. That would be contact with other civilizations. And here we go. Yes, our delegation brings a ping, a fried dish. Best to eat the legs before you consume the rest of the tarantula. Do I want to just do goodbye? I did say if there's an opportunity to be rude, we will take it. Our capital is not open to visitors at this time. Goodbye. He's not going to like us very much, although he's still got a smiley face on. He seems to take abuse rather well. Slinger, just stay where you are and be on alert. If anything pops up, please let me know. We need to get some amenities in Pella. What are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that? Let me just skate the Scout along the borders of the Khmer civilization here and see. Yeah, wow, they're really just punching right in there. They just snagged that tile too. Yes, okay, we have a trade route, and the only other place we can send it is our own city of Alexandria. So start heading up there. Internal trade routes, perfectly permissible under the antisocial challenge rule set. Somebody made Stonehenge. Yeah, they always do. I've almost never been able to craft Stonehenge in time before somebody else builds it. I think I've done it once in a game. Now, your amenities are garbage. Why don't you... I mean, a monument's not going to give you any amenities, but nothing else is going to give you an amenity either. How's your... Oh, actually, your housing's pretty bad, too. Yeah, now would be a good time to do a granary. Get that rocking and rolling, please, if you could. And then we'll see what our Scout can do over here. I'd like to kind of look at an area for a third city. So instead of going that way, why don't you come up this way? Oh, I found the barbarian camp. There they are. There they are. Nothing wrong with going and stamping on barbarians, obviously. I don't believe that would violate the antisocial rule challenge because that's not being social, that's murder. So no real issues with going and stamping on some barbarians if we chose to do that. Although where they're located now, I kind of might just let them be the Khmer's problem. I would have no problem if they went out and took those out for me. I'm a little more concerned. Oh, we made craftsmanship, or we researched craftsmanship, rather. Excellent, good for us. What do we want to move on to now? Let's get going on early empire, because we're going to need that sooner rather than later. I'm a little more concerned with how aggressive the Khmer are being at punching into our territory. I don't want to start losing these tiles, especially because these are really solid tiles down here. Good grassland, good forest land. Even the desert has its value. Kind of ran into an issue in my last challenge run of aggressively buying tiles and effectively bankrupting myself. But that being said, Pella's going to need some food at some point anyway, so maybe if we grabbed this tile right here. Just grab that. That's all I want. Just that one. Just that one. Just to stop the Khmer from sneaking their scouts or whomever might want to come in there and grabbing more tiles from me. Ooh. Barbarian horseman and spearman over there. That's aggressive. That's something I could live without. Yep, and they're taking some shots at my Scout. Nobody is surprised by that. Can you... Is not really anywhere you can run away to. Run backwards this way. Just try and get out of here. Try and survive. I don't want to have to make another Scout this quickly. We may have to go and deal with those people. Yo, wow, they have an eye on my Scout, and they are not letting up. I think my Scout might be doomed. However, we have enough faith to choose a Pantheon. All right, let me have a little think about what I want to do here. There's not a lot that's really singing out to me here that's going to benefit us immediately. I kind of like the look of oral tradition because we do have a lot of these resources in our civilization. We haven't exploited them yet, but they're there. We have some silk, we have some sugar, we have some bananas. All of that would be good for the plus culture, but I think without anything screaming at me saying, please grab this for your Pantheon, I'm just going to take Divine Spark. It's solid. +1 great person point from holy sites, campuses, and theater squares. I mean, more great people is more great people. So yes, I will found that Pantheon. Thank you very much. Just want to get that faith ticking along, please. That's still Stonehenge. We already know about that. Thank you. And Scout. Oh, come on. Run away, Scout. Run away. Just get away from him. Now he's going to have to attack you over a river. Hopefully you can get out of here. In fact, if you want to lead him back to our civilization, we could take a stomp on him ourselves. Yeah, just, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Go ahead and let's have our slingers start moving up. Thank you. We researched astrology. I'm kind of busy right now, Sean Bean. Slinger, why don't you maybe head up to here? And Warrior, why don't you come down to here? Maybe we can get the Scout to lead him into a little trap. So, you did the Slinger. Speaking of slingers, you've got a Slinger. Excellent. Why don't you go over here and be on alert? I'd also... Yeah, no, not right now. Not right now. I'll deal with that in a second. Scout, I want you to, as best you can, go up there. Because that's the next area I want to scout, frankly. All right, tech. Writing would be solid, but I feel we should get some encampments going, and we kind of need animal husbandry. We kind of need everything. Let's focus on the military right now. Let's get bronze working research. It's going to take a while, but if we could actually take out that barbarian camp, we might be able to boost that. But there it is. Okay, Pella. You have a pretty desperate amenities problem, but Oracle is available now. I really want to get that built. Can you... I mean, Holy Site is not going to take you long. You know what? Get me a quick builder. We'll grab that sugar. That should help with your amenities for the very short term. And then I'm going to have you going on Oracle. Alexandria, you're a little more healthy. Although your amenities are neutral, you're pretty good on housing. Monument would not be a bad idea. Although anything you do is going to take you forever right now. Really going to take you a long time. Can I buy you a builder? I don't want to start spending all the monies. However, I really would love to have a builder down there. That'll get us the diamonds. It'll get us the silk. All sorts of good stuff in that neck of the woods. Just for argument's sake, Alexandria, how much? Oh, I can't even afford it. All right. So, you know what? Never mind, Alexandria. Why don't you just do a regular thing? Why don't you start building a monument? I may revisit that. I may come back and change that. But for right now, that's a good thing for you to be getting started on. How can my people attain the divine without examples of divinity? Goodbye. Yeah, well, you know what, dude? I'm working on a religion. I'm working on it. I have a pantheon. That's pretty good. Oh, they kind of fell for it. They kind of fell into my little trap here. It's a stalemate, but it's something. Yeah, go ahead and start hitting this guy. And Slinger, can you get up in here and maybe get some shots in? I'd appreciate it if you could. I'm hoping he's going to take his eyes off the Scout. Oh, hi! It's Nubia. A Monitor of Nubia, and I'm mispronouncing that. I apologize. You are not welcome in my city, actually. We're going to slam the door in your face. So thanks for the introduction, but we have no time for further pleasantries. Goodbye. We have earned a governor title. Excellent. I would like to, obviously we only have the one city, well, two, but the one other city to pop a governor into. I might put Victor in the capital, because he's the war military-based governor, and with the Khmer right on our doorstep, that might be a problem down the road. We may need his military perks. But to begin with, I'm going to take Pingala, who is, well, kind of my favorite governor. I think all of his abilities are really solid, especially when you get into the arms race and space race stuff in the later part of the game. Let's just get Pingala on board, up and at him, wake up Pingala, and go to Alexandria, please. Which kind of, I don't really need that monument anymore, Alexandria. But yeah, go ahead and head over there. And we've researched early empire. Super. Thank you. Yes, governor's on the way. All sorts of things are happening. I would like to deal with that barbarian who's down there. What's a good move now? Let me actually see where we want to head towards. So state workforce, military tradition. Let's get going towards political philosophy. Let's just make a beeline for that. It's a quick hop through state workforce to political philosophy to get a better government going along. And warrior, why don't you, we've already killed a unit with a slinger, so we've already gotten that boost. Why don't you go ahead and see if you can take this guy out? And you can. Fantastic. Okay, slinger, you can actually stay right there. Why don't you fortify until healed? That's a good a spot as any for you. And where did my scout get up to now that you're not in immediate danger of dying? That's Nubia up there. Great. Keep going up in that direction. I want to see how far Nubia extends to, although I would like to also flesh out this part of the map. You know what? Totally changed my mind. I'm pretty sure Nubia's up there somewhere, so why don't you flesh out this part of the map, please? Nubia's delegation brings goodwill and fresh camel liver. Our capital is not open to visitors at this time. Goodbye. Okay, Scout, you're still... Oh, and the Khmer wants something. Again, you want a delegation. Our capital, I'm sorry, you may want to refer to Nubia. Our capital is not open to visitors at this time. Goodbye. He's still smiley face, though. He's taken the abuse well. He really is. He's kind of a champ like that. Warrior, why don't you just come back to the city? Why don't you fortify inside the city? And builder, good, excellent. Let's exploit this sugar. First of all, that is sugar, right? Yep, sugar. That should help with Pella a little bit. That will give them a little bit of breathing room on the whole amenities thing. So now you can start working on Oracle. Do I only have the one spot to do that? I don't want to put it in the desert spot just in case we can take a shot at pyramids. I haven't really looked into whether that spot will be good for that in the desert. But yeah, go ahead and grab that spot for Oracle, please, and get started. And we'll see if we can put up anything else that might help with your production in the meantime. I'd like to get that done. Scout, okay, versus another scout up there. You know what? I think we can kind of ignore that guy. But by the same token, you need to heal up a little bit. Why don't you start heading down here? Am I seeing anything in this neck of the woods that might be good? How far away is the Khmer? Pretty far, actually. They're pretty far away. Again, thinking of a tightly packed civilization, I wonder if we put something kind of in the vicinity of these bananas, but, you know, to the right here. I wonder if there might be something to be said for doing that. I'm kind of thinking and talking at the same time, and that never works out. We all know how that goes. Slinger can just hang out right there on alert. The builder, why don't you get a farm going here? That's sensible. Everybody likes farms. Warrior's going to move back into the city and hang out there for a little defense. I'd like to get some better military units going soon. That would probably be my next move. Yeah, come down here, Scout. Got some deer. That's not the worst thing in the world. Start heading into this rainforest and see what lives in here. And you're at minimal health, by the way, so don't find anything angry that wants to kill you. Alexandria is taking a very, very long time to build a monument. I could afford to buy them a builder now, but let's just hold on to our coinage just for right now. Yeah, there you go. Fortify until healed in the city, please. And probably have you guys do another farm, because there's not much else we can do at this point. So yeah, come down here. I kind of really wasted your move having you go back and forth across the river there, but there it is. I've done it. And oh, diamonds down here. Okay. Okay, I don't hate this spot at all. If we slapped something centrally located between these four resources, deer, bananas, and 2 sets of diamonds, and the Khmer are a reasonable distance away, and it will kind of go with my tightly packed civilization idea of these 3 cities would just sort of grow into one enormous city. Yeah, I kind of like that. Scout, for right now, just fortify until healed. Let's get you back up to full strength, and then you can look around some more in that area. I like the look of that. Oh, hi, your delegation is back. Our capital is not open to visitors at this time. Goodbye. I wonder if he's just going to keep trying that forever. I don't know. I haven't test-driven this challenge long enough to find out. I wonder if, from now until the space race, he's just going to keep knocking at my door saying, would you like a delegation? We have a thing. We have these nice things you can have. Would you like a delegation? He might just do that forever for all I know, which is fine because it's not making him that angry. So, if he wants to do that till the dawn of time, or, until the end of time, rather, I'm okay with that. I haven't, as I said, I haven't test-driven the challenge long enough to see what he's going to do over the course of time. I just sort of gave it a brief run-through. Okay, warrior is healed. He can just fortify inside the city. That is fine. That's a good place for you to be. We've got a Nubian scout up here. Barbarians where? Oh, up there. Okay. It's just a scout. Don't I have another slinger up here? Yeah, I do. Why don't you guys, I don't know, come here and see... trade places with the warrior. Of course you're going to do that. Yeah, you know what, warrior? Somebody's got to go across the river. You may as well get started on that. Just start moving in that direction. Slinger can actually... Why don't you just... the scout's out of here. You know what? Scout's out of here. Never mind. This is what I kind of felt was going to be a problem, is we're not accumulating era scores quickly enough. Yes, I know, advisor. Thank you very much. All right, Slinger, why don't you stay on alert in the city? This is my thought. I think we're going to be hitting Dark Ages frequently. I think that's going to be almost a constant thing. We're not even close. We're only halfway. We need another 6 era score points just to get into a normal age. Scout, why don't you... Because just see if you can track down some era score points. Wow. I don't know if I've really seen this big a rainforest area. I mean, this is all rainforest, and there's a barbarian camp right there. Avoid that, please. Please avoid that. So yeah, go discover something, Scout. We need the era score points at this level. Preferably 6. Maybe you could find 6 natural wonders or something. I don't know. You go protect these diamonds. And speaking of diamonds, how much for a builder? 215 gold? Okay, sure. Money's probably going to be a problem in this challenge, too. I think lots of things are going to be a challenge. That's why it's a challenge. That's the whole point of doing a challenge run, is it's challenging. Bronze working done. Good. Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sean Bean. And what would be a solid thing? If we go to ironworking, we can get one of our special units that will replace the swordsman. But let's get animal husbandry. Let's just get that done, because we don't not need that. You go down here and get the silk. Thank you. That's plus 2 gold right there. That's not nothing. And you warriors, just hang out there and be on alert, please. And let's just see. I just want to kind of get an eyeball on where my scout is going. Oh, please say somebody did. Okay, somebody built hanging gardens. That's fine. They can have it. Builder, why don't you exploit... Yeah, let's just grab the extra resources. Grab the rice, and then I'll head you over, and you can grab the diamonds. And that will be you done with. Hi, you also want to give me a delegation, but unfortunately, our capital is not open to visitors at this time. Goodbye. Builder, build the rice paddies, please. The rice farm, whatever you call it, but do it anyway. So that's... And then he'll send you over to get the diamonds. That'll be good. Oh, more barbarians. Where do we have more barbarians? Oh, it's just a scout. It's not that big a deal. Let's get the slingers moving down there. He's probably going to go down that river. See if you can just catch up with him over there, please. And Alexandria, you need something to be building. Oh, you finished the monument. I forgot you were even building that. Why don't you build a holy site? Yeah, you're pretty good on everything else. You've got +1 amenities. Your housing is fine for right now, and there's not really a heck of a lot else for you to be building. I can't really get... I mean, the only spot for the encampment right now would be over some very valuable resources. So why don't you just start working on a holy site? Any decent bonuses here? They're all basically +1. We could take this +2 here, but I frankly don't want to lose that production. Why don't you put it over here? I want to save spots along the river because so many things like to live on a river in this game. Yeah, go do that. Give me a holy site over there. And if I change my mind, I'll just interrupt you. And you head over to these diamonds, builder. Let's get those going very, very quickly. That will help Alexandria too. That'll be an extra amenity for them. Animal husbandry is done, as is state workforce. Fantastic. Yes, I know we have governors. Why don't... I have nothing else to be doing with this governor title right now. Let's just put Victor in the capital. It's not the loyalty issue. I just want his bonuses over time as we promote him. I would like his military-based bonuses in there. So, yeah, you can go right there, Victor. Yes, I know, Advisor. We've got the government plaza ready to go. Now, that scout kind of took off in the wrong direction. That's fine. He can go live down there. It's totally okay. And why don't we, just because it's boosted and we could do with some extra upgraded military anyway, let's just get archery done. We'll get archery done. We can upgrade some slingers and get a little better military. The Khmer and Nubia are happy with us right now, but I don't expect that to last unless they spend the rest of the game trying to send a delegation, which would be pretty funny, although not as challenging as I expected it to be. Well, we discovered the Galapagos Islands somewhere. Where did we find that? Oh, all the way over there. Boy, you are doing good work. Not as many era score points as I wanted. Keep going with the auto-exploring, please. If you could find maybe 3 more natural wonders or do anything else, meet another civilization, I don't care. Just do something over there, because we are going to hit a dark age very, very soon, and that is all kinds of no good. And we'll learn to cope with it, but yeah, 3 turns to get, well, 3 era score points. And what else is going? Oh, who's available for promotion? The scout is. Okay, great. Well, it doesn't actually say you have a promotion available, but we'll I guess game thinks you have a promotion. Yeah, why don't you, Slinger, stay right here and be on alert. And what else do we have going on? You are building the Oracle, and you're almost done. You're building a holy site, and that's about it. And I want to look at this spot right in here for another city. But this is probably a pretty good place to call it for right now. We will pick up the Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Anti-Social Challenge, where we slam the door in everyone's face next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.